I have a channel message. And as this bug is buzzing on me, rose beetles. I'm gonna let you know that God won't let me speak on anything I don't know anything about. As he's buzzing in my ear, I'm gonna knock you down. Just because my hair is yellow does not mean it's a flower. I have a channel message about divorce. I also pulled my cards before this. And when I was writing this down and channeling it, the ego was pushing through my pride and what I was going to say. I have to check myself, and I have to do it from the heart, which is hard because divorce in this world is hell. Divorce in God's world is walking away. It's you here making that decision that you no longer want to be with that person. If you have learned somehow in your wonderful lives to become companions rather than lovers and you no longer seek that, great. And this message is not for you. This message is meant for those that know deep in their heart that whoever they are with, they feel caged, they feel manipulated, they feel uncared for, unappreciated. And I mean, when you are validly seeing these signs and you know this, but the only reason you're staying with that person is for material things, what it may look like to other people, what it may look like to your family, what it may look like to the church. What it may look like does mean shit. I do what I say. People need to hold merit in what they say by having action. If right here you don't feel it's right, you shouldn't be there. Your intuition will tell you. Divorce. Divorce has been a term used negatively because it's a journey. Especially when you know the other side is going to manipulate, skeeve, twist, and do whatever they possibly can to ruin you, or to take from you, or to keep control of you. Those are hard to get out of, often costly. And in those respects, all you can do is defend yourself in the best way possible. I left my marriage by having an affair with another man. I wholeheartedly accepted when I went on that path to love and to take care of the other person. Most of you people, okay, the karmics out there believe that you should all wait till your paper's separated and then you should go on with life. You know what? When those tables turn and that's your option and that's where you go, that's where you're going. If the heart says to go, that's where you're going to go. If you lead with your heart, if you lead with your head, what you're going to do is you're going to get your feet wet, you're going to have an affair, and you're going to jump back right into the same stuff that you had. Or, I'm going to speak on the other thing of having an affair and not wholeheartedly committing, because God sees you and God knows who you are. God don't care what it looks like around you. He already knows that you're just doing it just to have fun and to fornicate, and you're happy in your materialistic life and happy doing that behind somebody's back. God does not see our conscious ties to people. He does not see our monies wrapped up. I shouldn't say that. He does see all the money wrapped up. He don't care. He's only worried about you and where he's going to take you, where you're going to be safe. When I got to that point in my marriage where I knew that I didn't love him anymore, I prayed to God because I'm trapped. I'm trapped. I am a farm wife, 4 kids, no job, on the farm, trapped. This man is not going to let me leave with anything. Trapped. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Everybody says you can go get a job. You can do this, you can do that, you can do the other thing, you can do this. Well, I already knew all those other options were unrealistic because of the manipulation and the way my ex did it. And I know there's several women like this. They feel that they owe this person owe them, or they feel that that's just way too much money to walk away from. Men, money don't mean any. Money don't mean shit when you are trapped in hell. Money don't mean shit when you're trapped in hell. The man I had an affair with, God seen that as a union also. Just because there's no legal papers does not mean that I am undeserving of compensation. And God will take care of that. Because I've always been told that just moving on, towers crash. Yes, it's going to affect you. It's going to affect you. Wherever your path may go, and you may have to sit and wait until everything towers. I don't care if you're man or woman. That's also another thing. I've seen women hold men in manipulative situations. I've seen men hold women in these situations. And they're like, well, how do you know? How do you know? Man, I'm an energy reader. That's all I can see is energy. I can walk up and see a couple and I can see if that woman is being abused, mistreated, caged. I can tell the man is arrogant. I can I can see your energy. I can feel it. I know they're out there. I'm going to tell you, I walked away from one. I also walked away from another. And there's no excuse for other people to be broken to make you miserable. No matter what paper says. I was just wondering if I have to get to my notes about this. I also want to say this. If you choose to have an affair and you wholeheartedly enter this situation with somebody and this person decides that's not best for them, where does that leave you? It leaves you single. That's where it leaves you. That leaves you onto a new path. That leads you to be your strongest version of yourself. That leads you to be you. Everybody says it's because I can't be alone. I can't do this by myself. Man, I have 4 kids. Part of me my entire life, I've only known to do it by myself. And if a man says it's because I won't let them help, it has nothing to do with me not allowing people to help. It's me knowing your capabilities to help and which situations you're going to be able to help me in. Money? No. Because we are abundant, we flourish from ourselves. being the best version of you single, you don't need anybody. You don't. But what if, I always hear bills, bills, bills. This is what I was hearing all morning. Bills, 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 bills. Yes, divorce. You leave stuff behind. You have to delegate bills. You have to delegate alimony. You have to delegate this. You have to delegate that. But let God provide. And if you have to lose material stuff, we start over. I'm guaranteeing whoever I'm talking to, you are strong ass mofo, and you just shouldn't be worrying about it, because worrying causes more worrying. I'm not going to be able to pay the bill this month. So you're not going to be able to pay the bill. Then you start at the pyramid. Roof, car, food, kids, utilities. Everything else, you let it be. Let it go. Full moon's coming. We need to let go of some things. I also want to talk about those women that view me and see my stuff as, oh my gosh, how could she do that to another woman? Yo, lo and behold, women be doing this behind your backs all the time. I can guarantee the most boisterous women about not doing this are probably the women that are doing it behind other women's backs, and probably best friends, wives, neighbors, and then y'all look at it like it's scandalous. Man, it's more out there than you think. I never did anything to any of my best friends. I didn't give a fuck who dude's wife was. Didn't give a fuck who dude's wife was again. Just, that's where God told me to step, and that's where I stepped. God knows I was prepared to take accountability for everything that I did, consciously. Being an adult is taking accountability of bullshit. I did, and then some. And here I am, still alive, talking to whoever I need to talk to, and I'm going to say, divorce isn't that bad. Some get away easy, some get away hard, and I can guarantee you farm divorce is probably the hardest flipping divorce anybody will ever have to go through. I've had to rebuild several times. Even within myself when towers crashed because people kept coming at me. My youngest boy the other day was building a fort. And all the sticks fell down. And he's screaming and crying. And I walk over there and I'm like, what's going on? And he's frustrated. He's mad. He's angry. He's like, everything is falling down. I'm like, all right, rebuild it. He's like, I've already rebuilt it. I'm like, rebuild it again. He's like, but... And I was like, what'd you do wrong last time? And he started listing off the things where the sticks weren't right. One wasn't long enough, and one wasn't this, and one wasn't that. And I looked at him, I said, rebuild it again. Rebuild it again. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. And I hope this finds you well.